All right, 8th graders, make sure you went and got the purple worksheet from the sub. If you don't have the purple worksheet yet, pause this video and go get it so you can write this stuff down. Then you're going to pause again and write down the stuff I wrote in blue. What I have here is the algebraic rule that allows us to take every ordered pair and turn this triangle into a 90-degree counterclockwise rotation. These are really easy to mix up, and they're really easy to mix up when we write our new ordered pairs. These are the most challenging ones to draw just by our eyeball, and so we really need the ordered pair rules, but it's also a fairly challenging ordered pair rule to follow. We get things mixed up really easily, and this proves it right here because I wrote the clockwise one first. Anyway, this is the 90-degree counterclockwise rule. What does it actually mean? Well, I wrote down the 3 pre-image ordered pairs. That's all those are. So again, pause the video and write those down if you don't have them written down. These are the pre-image ordered pairs. Point C, point D, point E. No primes on them, pre-images. Now I'm going to show you how to follow the rule and change them. I'm going to write down here C prime, D prime, E prime. What does this rule actually mean? How do I use it to change these ordered pairs? And sorry about the wiggly video. It's just how it's going to be. So what does this mean? Well, it means to negate the Y and then switch them. Now, that was the Y that was originally in the Y position, and that's where things get tricky. So as I come to point C right here, this is the original Y. I negate the Y and then switch. Negate the Y and then switch. Negate the Y and then switch. And remember, negate means just change the sign, do the opposite sign. This was a 3, now it's a -3, but I'm also going to switch. So this is now -3, comma, -3. The original X is now over here. That's what this rule means. Negate the original Y and then switch their positions. Again, negate the Y, switch. So this is -4, comma, -5. Negate the Y, there's no such thing as a -0, and then switch. Now we will know once we sketch this whether or not we followed that rule correctly. I'm just going to draw on here the way it said in our notes. You can change from quadrant to quadrant to make sure you understand. And if you're like, wait, what is clockwise, counterclockwise? What do these mean? Well, you can imagine like this is 12 o'clock up here, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, back to 12. So clockwise would be the way a clock goes. So counterclockwise is going to be this way. So if I'm in this quadrant, it should move me here. And I just draw that arrow to make sure I understand what I'm looking at and understand where it should go when I'm done. Now let's draw these ordered pairs and make sure that's actually where it goes. So -3, -3. Here's a really good sign. These are all negative, which puts me in the 3rd quadrant. Yeah, that's going to put me where I should go. -3, -3, -3, -3. There's C prime. I don't like to label them until I'm done drawing because I don't like to label inside my triangle and I forget where inside and outside is going to be. This is -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, so here's E prime, here was C prime, here was D prime. You can see the figure is congruent. The orientation is even the same because it goes C, D, E, C prime, D prime, E prime, but we turned it 90 degrees clockwise. I'm going to help you with 180 degrees and 90 degrees. No, just kidding. We did 90 degrees counterclockwise. I'm going to help you with a 180-degree example. So there's number 1. Number 2, let's sketch this one. I decided to write this one down here so I can just go like this. Once again, here is the rule. 180 degrees is a nice one. I think it's easier because I don't have to swap anything. I just have to negate everything. So I'm not switching any positions. I'm just negating everything. So pause the video if you need to and write the rule and write the pre-image points. Okay, ready? Here we go. We're negating everything. T prime, -1, +3. U prime, -1, 0. V prime, -4, +1. Double check and make sure I negated everything. Okay, Now, if I think about this, 180 degrees, remember that can go either direction, clockwise or counterclockwise. Either way, I should move past this quadrant into the second one, either direction. So let's draw it and make sure that's where it ends up. -1, 3. -1, 0. -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Hey, look, it landed in the correct quadrant. That's because these coordinate rules are like magic. They work. This one up here was T prime. This one is U prime, and this one is V prime. The triangle is congruent. The orientation has stayed the same. I just did a 180-degree turn of the figure. Now take a look at this worksheet. Number 3 is 180 degrees, so it's going to work just like the one we just did. Number 4 is 180 degrees. Same thing. Number 5 is 180 degrees. You will come back and do all of those on your own. I'm going to help you with number 6, a 90-degree clockwise rotation about the origin. 90 degrees clockwise is very similar to 90 degrees counterclockwise, but notice the difference. Instead of negating the y before we switch, we negate the x before we switch. Once again, I have the rule and I have the original ordered pairs written. Pause the video and get those down if you need to. Now let's follow the rule and actually write our new image ordered pairs. Pre-image ordered pairs, image ordered pairs. Here we go. Negate the original x and then swap them. 5, -2. Negate the x, swap them. 5, -3. Negate the x, swap them. 2, -4. Now let's look at where this should end up. Again, here's 12, here's 3. Oh, clockwise is this direction. I should go from this quadrant into this one. Let's make sure it lands there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -2. 5, -3. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We went to the correct quadrant. Here's G prime, H prime, I, yeah. Tiny little triangle, it's still congruent. The orientation is the same, but we did a 90-degree turn. Those are the 3 that you have to sketch. Go back and finish 3, 4, and 5, flip over and do the back. If you have any questions, message your teacher.